Another thing I want to share with y'all is how the hidden hand tricked us. And I saw a video, and I'm using this as an example. I love this little lady dearly, and I met her through social platform, Constance Washington, and I hope she finds it so that she can look at this, what I'm saying, about her experience differently. They taught us to be attached to people, places, and things. And if you are being attached to people, places, and things, you cannot get the best out of life. You cannot go with the flow of life because you're stuck and you're holding on. You see my hands? I'm holding on to whatever it is I'm holding on to, the person, the place, or the thing. You see? Now, it's not working for me, but I'm still holding on. So how can the universe give you something that you got your hands closed? But if you let it go, fill me up. That's sickening to the universe. It's empty. It's empty. But when you got it like this, you tell the universe, I got something. I got something. So they taught us to be attached to people. When we know these people are toxic in our lives, these people don't want to grow together so that they can go wherever they're going together. They taught us to be attached to places. And look at all of this out here in these streets. We know nothing about it. And they certainly taught us to be attached to the things of this world. And where is anybody going with their things? We are using God's source frequency, energy, vibration to live this life. But we're being attached to people, places, and things. If you say it's to God and you didn't God dog it, I want to see God. See, I don't just want to see God in one person. I want to see God everywhere I go. I want to feel the presence of God, which is love. I want to know God, which is the intelligence. So if we are not going to let it go, change, do something different, we'll never get the best out of this life. What is the purpose of your life? Because it can't be to stay stuck and stagnant, because you could have stayed in the spiritual realm and stayed stuck and stagnant. But we came here to elevate. We needed this misu so that we can learn. So Constance is doing the thing. She's been talking about it for years, about how these people stole her land. Sometimes we got to lose to win again. You see? If you don't let that go about what was done, then you stay stuck in that energy, saying that over and over and over and over, and the universe does not say no, it only says yes. So if this is the space you want to stay in, they took my land, they took my land, they took my land, whatever the case is with anybody, then the universe says yes, 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 yes. But if you let it go, what was dead was dead. But if you let that go, you never know what the universe got for you when it comes to some more land. And a place that's going to work for you and your children. Or anybody else for that matter. I had the stubborn nature. I didn't want to let go and die to my ego. You see? Because we need to be in control. But we're not in control. We're really not. Because when we don't let go, life is going to make us uncomfortable. You see? These cocksuckers sitting in the car just radaring everybody. I can't stand these goddamn polices. That's neither here nor there. But if we want to get the best out of the life that we're living in this one avatar, you only live once in this avatar, we got to go with the flow of life. And if you can't sit down and talk to somebody and be open, honest, and vulnerable with that person to evolve, that's not the person that's meant to be in your life. You see what I'm saying? Everybody should be free to be who they truly are. Nobody gets to tell anybody that they can't be authentic and true to who they are. But we've been programmed with that church programming until death do you part with marriages. You see what I'm saying? And there's consequences if you don't go to the education system. You see what I'm saying? But it's not teaching us anything about life. We're here to learn about our lives and how to live it to the fullest. And nobody's going to live a life where there's always Skittles and rainbows. Because that's not life. There are 4 different seasons. You see what I'm saying? Things change. Everything is constantly changing about life. But we just not connected to the change because we've been programmed to do the repetitious thing that keeps our energy. That's all we are, energy. It keeps our energy stagnant. And so now we don't get the best out of life because we've been programmed to stay stuck energetically and go with the flow of life and not be attached to people, places, and things. Because if a person meant to be in your life, they're going to be in your life. What's for you, it'll never pass you by if you are in alignment with it. You see what I'm saying? So we got to understand this attachment. We have to understand that birth chart. There's I forgot what the word is. It tells you where you should live so that your energy can flow. But we don't never go with, like, things happen and it'll move you. That's the life. That's the universe. That's the universe. Making Pluto will make something happen for it to happen. For it to change, Pluto will do something. It will snatch it from you. It'll cause death. It'll burn the house down. It'll wreck the car. When it's time to change, I remember when I went through my divorce. I was going through my divorce. And I had a Chrysler 300. Had just finished paying for it. Baby, I'm thinking I'm going to have this car to move on my journey without this ex. That car conked out. That car conked out. And I had no car. You see, at a time when I'm going through a divorce, I had no vehicle. And I took and leaped out on faith. You see what I'm saying? Went to that car lot, y'all. And I wasn't working at the time. That's when I just started bus driving. And I went on that car lot. Now, my auntie had to be a co-signer. But I walked off of that car lot. It is smack brand new. Smack brand new 2000 Nissan Altima. And I think it was in 2014. And the car was in 2015. So again, if we don't let go and stop being attached to things. And I had my Chrysler. Baby, it was nice. It had rims and all that, and tinted windows, and it was sweet. It was navy blue. But I'm saying all that to say, I could have went and whined and tried to get back into the toxic relationship that I was trying to get out of, to get him to get it straight or get me something else. But I leaped out and I did it by myself. And when I went to the lot to do it by myself, he was a little bit angry. Now this ex is the crossover in the transition. He thought I had to did something with his social security number to get the car. But I wouldn't do nothing like that. See, I got morals, values, and ethics. It was grace and mercy. This is what I'm telling y'all how I learned to trust the universe. What's for me will never pass me by. What's for you will never pass you by. But we got to learn to go with the flow and to let go of things. And not be so caught up in, I don't have this, I don't have that, I lost this, I lost that. Somebody not in my life. You see what I'm saying? I want this person in my life. I want this job, I don't want that job. Then how can you see where your strengths and weaknesses are if you just do the repetitious thing the entire life that you have? Change brings the opportunities. And if we don't change, we can't grow. And if we ain't growing, we're not living. We're supposed to be living life to its fullest. But we following these rules, these guidelines that these people we don't even know telling us to follow. And we got to stop being followers and be a leader. Nobody's keeping anything. I can't express that enough. If you're not keeping nothing, you're not keeping nobody, you're not keeping nowhere, why not go with the flow of life? Why not just uproot and move? That's why I don't accumulate nothing on this truck. Any day these people I can get in some accident and it don't even be my fault. The people can run me off from that. But that's not them. That's the universe said that. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to do something else. This is not where you're destined to be. So in order to get to your destiny, you got to keep going with the flow of life and not be attached.
70 miles ahead. Take left exit 96 to I-64 West.
And that's why I left the family and just all this. You got to stay and be with. No, you got to live life. You can love family in the spirit. You don't have to be there doing the repetitious things. And if God is all, you don't have to go to church. God is all, everywhere. I am God, God is me. Everything is source. So we got to reprogram our minds. Lose all of that stuff. This is what this age and all this Kissimmee and Kali Yuga and transits are telling us to go with the flow of life. Move, change, do something different. Try somebody different. we got to keep